Hello, my name is Hal Marcus, and I didn't have any trauma in my life. My parents loved each other. They went to sleep every night together holding hands. And I'm Jewish, and I'm Arabic, and I have a speculation to tell you about the origin of the universe. You all want to hear it? Okay. All right, so what happened is I did a mural. I'm an artist, a painter. I did a mural called The 7 Days of the Creation of the World. And in this mural, I had the first day where there was light, and then the second day where there was the planets, and then there was the fish and the moon and the stars, and then on the seventh day it was man and woman. So my son Marco came up to me and said, "Well, Dad, what happened before the beginning?" And I said, "Oh, gosh, I don't know." So I meditated on it. I went and talked to the rabbis, true story, and I said, "What happened before the beginning?" And they said, "Well, what do you think happened before the beginning?" So I thought about it because I had the words written on the mural, and I said, "God's love flowed for millions of years without any form through the darkness. It was just a speck. And as you all know, when you have an idea that comes very, very strongly, all of a sudden you just explode. And so this speck, which is a part of my speculation, exploded. Love was created, and the planets were created, and the stars and the moon and the stars and the sun and the butterflies and the rhinoceroses and the mosquitoes and the butterflies and the alligators. It all just started happening in a big explosion. And I talked to this about the rabbi, and they go, "Well, that sounds really good, that sounds like a good explanation." So I'm telling you about this because this speck, which is full of love and idea, is the reason we're all here today. And if we can find that speck within ourselves, which we all know beyond being born, even that there's a reason. And so lately, a couple of days ago, it was a full moon. I was in my jacuzzi and the moon was coming right in. And I realized, people always wondering happens after death. But I have a new theory, is that what happens after you're born? I think actually you go to heaven when you're born. So this is heaven right now. If you go outside, you see the stars and the moon and the sun and the people and the plants and the butterflies and the alligators and the rhinoceroses and all the beautiful things and the rainbows. You'll realize, it doesn't really get any better than this. We all think about it's going to happen better when we're dead or when we're rich or when we're retired. It's actually happening right now. This is heaven. That's what happens after you're born. Before you're born, you're just a part of that speck dreaming of eternity before it even happens, like that first speck that happened before the creation of the universe. So my daughter Lelania calls me the ultimate optimist. That's what she calls me, the ultimate optimist, because I do believe in peace. And I went on a pilgrimage to Turkey with the Muslims and the Jews and the Christians, with the Interfaith Alliance, and I learned that in the Torah, which is the Old Testament, more than any other commandment, 34 times it says, "Welcome the stranger." More than the 10 Commandments, it says, "Welcome the stranger." Why? Because we're all strangers, because the Jews were the strangers in Egypt, because the Jews built the pyramids in Egypt. So you are me, I am you, we are all the same. And so through the speck that we need to remember, we'll realize that it's our karma, basically. You mistreat somebody, you don't welcome somebody, then you're not going to be welcomed, right? That's a law of nature, that's karma. So through going back to what my son asked me about what happened before the beginning is basically the reason that we're all here and the universe is what it is. How many people here think that love is stronger than hate? Good. How many people think that hate is stronger than love? How many people think it's like half-half? Well, that's pretty awesome. So in that case, we should all believe in love.